Prophet Zakaria Alaihissalam. Zakaria's name is mentioned in the Bible and the Quran 8 times. According to history, he was appointed as a prophet precisely in 2 BC, precisely when he was 90 years old, and was assigned to improve the children of Israel in Palestine. Prophet Zakaria had an only son named Yahya who later became a prophet. Throughout his life, Prophet Zakaria really wanted a child who would later become his heir. Zakaria has a sibling named Imran with a woman named Elizabeth. Another history says that his wife's name is Al-Yashbi, where she is still a descendant of Harun. Prophet Zakaria, if examined more deeply, it can be said that she still has a lineage with Prophet Sulaiman. Zakaria was sent as a prophet. When appointed as a prophet at the age of 90 years, he prayed day and night without stopping and asked Allah to be blessed with a child who would later be able to continue his message, especially to the children of Israel. Prophet Zakaria was very worried about the condition of his people after he died if he did not have children to continue his duties as a prophet. Prophet Zakaria was very worried that the children of Israel would return to their way of life, which was full of disobedience, especially if his people had the possibility to change the law of Moses by adding or subtracting the contents of the Torah according to their wishes. The story of Prophet Zakaria Alaihissalam and Maryam binti Imran. Maryam's name is often mentioned in various stories of Zakaria. He is the only child of Imran, a scholar and religious leader within the children of Israel. On the other hand, Maryam's mother is the sister-in-law of the Prophet Zakaria. It is said that Maryam's mother was a barren woman, so since her marriage to Imran she had never felt the happiness of being able to give birth to a child. He felt deep sadness and loneliness because of this problem. He hopes to be given offspring because he thinks that with the birth of a child, his family's condition will also be more harmonious. Besides that, he also needs children as someone who can get rid of sorrow and bring joy to family life. One time she saw a bird feeding her child. Seeing this incident made her very sad and jealous. Another time he was shown to a mother who was pregnant. The incident also made him sadder and made him want to have a child soon. Time continues to change. On the other hand, he is also getting older, but the desire to have children has not been granted. He has tried various ways and thousands of suggestions he has done, but still never produced results. After all the effort and power of a creature has been made, Imran's wife finally realizes that all power and effort comes from the will of Allah, where He is the only place where all creatures should hope. So he was determined to make up his mind only to Allah, to prostrate day and night with complete solemnity and humility. Prophet Zakaria made a vow and promised to Allah that if his request was granted, he would willingly let his son be made a servant, caretaker, and fully devote his son's services to the Baitul Maqdis holy house. Because of his sincerity, he also occasionally plans not to take advantage of his son based on his own interests or those of his family. As a form of surrender to God, all his efforts were not in vain. Allah has accepted his request and granted his prayer according to what has been written in his destiny, namely that a great prophet will be sent down from the descendants of Imran. Not long after, Imran's wife felt the signs of pregnancy, namely the growing belly, which indicated that the fetus had appeared in it. Seeing this gift, Imran's wife felt very happy because the wish that she so yearned for would come true, coupled with the condition of her household, which would be more harmonious thanks to the presence of her baby. He also began to prepare as well as possible what would be given to the baby that would come while waiting for the birth process to come. But before the happy day came, Imran's wife was again given a trial by Allah. Imran, the husband who loves her so much, and the person who has been accompanying her praying and hoping, is suddenly taken by Israel's life, leaving his wife who is in a state of deep pregnancy. The sadness that befell Imran's wife due to the loss of her beloved husband was mixed with the pain and fatigue she felt due to the birth of her long-awaited baby. Not long after, finally the coveted baby was born safely. However, there was a bit of disappointment on the mother's face because her expectations for the sex of the baby she gave birth to did not match. This disappointment arose as a result of the birth of a baby with female sex, even though at that time the mother really expected the baby she was born to be a boy. Besides that, he has also vowed that the son he is waiting for will later be promised to be given to Baitul Maqdis. With a disappointed tone, the mother complained to God, saying, "O my Lord, I have given birth to a daughter, while I vowed to hand over a son who is more worthy to be a servant and caretaker of the Baitul Maqdis." Then Allah made Zakaria, his brother-in-law, and Maryam's father and brother as guardians who would always look after him. Therefore, Maryam was then handed over to the management of Baitul Maqdis. Seeing this condition, the monks then fought over Maryam to be cared for and supervised. Seeing the increasingly boisterous conditions due to the struggle for custody, a drawing process took place which finally fell to Zakaria as promised by Allah to his mother. Prophet Zakaria Alaihissalam cared Maryam. After it was decided that Maryam would be raised by Zakaria, the task awaited her. Zakaria is assigned to look after Maryam's safety, so he needs to be protected and kept away from the crowds of people who are currently coming to Baitul Maqdis to see Maryam. Maryam was given a place to live which was located on the top floor of Baitul Maqdis, so it was very difficult to reach. Zakaria is grateful for his achievement after receiving custody of Maryam. He felt very happy and fortunate in his duty to legally supervise and care for Maryam, remembering that Maryam was her own sister's child. Besides that, he also tried to get rid of the longing for his offspring which God had never bestowed on him by considering Maryam as his own daughter. Every time Zakaria visits, sees the situation, and takes care of Maryam's daily needs. Zakaria has never been the least bit negligent and left his duties in taking care of Maryam. Prophet Zakaria's love and affection for Maryam as the child of his wife's brother who was abandoned by his father increased to respect and reverence when Zakaria realized that Maryam was not an ordinary girl like girls in general, but she was a woman chosen by Allah who was given a mandate and a noble position in the future. The incident that made Zakaria change his view of Maryam was when one day Zakaria came to visit Maryam, but he found Maryam praying and prostrating to Allah. Seeing this, he was then shocked and amazed. Coupled with the condition of the fruits lying in front of Maryam, Maryam was not too tempted to eat them. It was also at that time that he began to wonder about the origins of the fruits that had been lying in front of Mary. While the season is in winter, it is not summer that can produce such fruits. Besides that, no one came to visit Maryam and brought the fruits apart from Zakaria. Then Zakaria asked Maryam, "O Maryam, where did you get this fortune, even though no one visited you and you never left your mihrab? Besides that, these fruits are fruits that can only appear in the summer." At first glance Maryam replied, "This is a gift from God to me without me trying or asking." "Then why are you astonished? Isn't Allah the most giving?" As a result of this incident, Zakaria acknowledged the wisdom and miracles of Maryam who would later give birth to the great Prophet Isa Alaihissalam. In the Al-Quran, the story of Maryam's birth until the period when she was raised by Zakaria is explained and described in the Al-Quran Surah Ali Imran verses 35 to 37 and 42 to 44. But then Prophet Zakaria's affection for Maryam turned into a sense of amazement because of a certain incident. One day Prophet Zakaria visited Maryam and was surprised by the appearance of fruits that could only grow in summer near Maryam's mihrab, even though it was winter. But Maryam firmly explained that all the fruits came from God. Hearing this answer, Prophet Zakaria suddenly was amazed and thrilled. Remembering that he had never been blessed with children, then at that moment he praised Allah and begged to be blessed with children. At that time the word of Allah SWT came down through the angel Gabriel that Prophet Zakaria would soon be blessed with a son named Yahya, with a sign appearing that he could not speak for 3 days and 3 nights.